everybody. Whoops, totally wrong screen. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope everyone has had a great week. Is the sound okay? I want to make sure. Because I bumped something and I was afraid I messed something up. So happy Friday. I'm Nicole. Welcome to my channel. This is Friday, February 13th, 2026. Let's see. Hello. So welcome. I want to let you guys know before we dive into today's episode that Spellbinders did send me the products I'm using in today's video, but all opinions are my own, and I absolutely love the February dies, and I have some very fun projects to share with you today that I'm really excited about. Perfect. Thank you so much, Blonde Cards and Crafts. Hello, Donna. Let's see. Exciting under a pile of paper says, yay, love your sweatshirt. Thank you. Okay, you guys, we talked about this. I wore my EXO one, even though, yes, I know tomorrow's Valentine's Day, but I just wore a completely different one. If you live near a Target and you weren't able to get the EXO one like online, but you live near a Target, go check, because I was in one yesterday morning after my dentist appointment on the other side of town, and they still had some of those. I didn't see any of the lucky ones, but when I was planning this video and then this morning when I was adding supplies, I looked and Target did have some of these. So if you want one and you want to grab one for St. Patty's Day, check it out. I did put a link down in the description so you can grab that and go and look really quick if you want to and see if they have it in your size, because I love it. Hello, can't wait for your... Oh, good. Donna's excited for my video tomorrow. I'm excited to share it with you tomorrow. It's just my little Valentine's love gift to all of you. So I'm... Uh-oh, I froze. Well, hopefully I'm not freezing for everyone. Let me check on my end to see if there are any issues. So hold on, please, everybody. If not, just pop out and come back in. To see if that fixes it. I'm going to go back here on the back end of this and look on my end. Of course, it's like taking forever, so that's always delightful. It says it's okay on my end. So pop out and come back in and see if that will help the live stream. Oh, Donna says it's okay. Good. Does who ship to Ireland? Target? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm so sorry. I have no idea about that. Let me scroll back and pop. I feel I was so organized for today, but I feel a little flustered. So sorry. Okay, so we are going to be creating they're bunny cards, but I'm going to make them work. They can obviously be for Easter, but they can totally work for any time. Using some of the Spellbinders February Club Kits. I'm not using everything today. I'm using a lot of the products, you know, mixing and matching, having a little fun. We're going to do some fun things, and then I do have a bonus project to share with you guys as well. I'll probably show it after we do our first card, and I want to talk a little bit about that too as we get started in. And then the last Friday of February, we are going to have another live that showcases like a wrap up for a few more projects with the February clubs just for fun. Next Friday, I am going to showcase new Lawn Fawn release, spring release products. So definitely stay tuned for that. So excited about that. Yeah, try driving to the Target and looking, because I know when I looked online, some things were out. Round one, a lot of times you'll find things, which is a bummer, because if you're like me and you don't want to go in the store, you know, it's nice if you can just grab it. Let's see. Hello. It's been a while. Yay, Mitzi, I'm so glad you're here. Stitching your very old whip. Hey, it's good to get some of those old ones done, isn't it? Do you have more felt dies coming soon? Maureen asks. I think you will be happy eventually. That's all I can say right now. So we're going to make some cute cards today, and I'm going to show a bonus project. But before we dive in, two things. Number one, Spellbinders is having a sale called Love Stinks, which is kind of funny. And if anybody else loves, when it's ever I scroll past it on the TV, I stop and end up watching the whole thing because I think it's funny. But in my head, I can imagine him singing Love Stinks. That's random, but that's just where my mind goes. However, if you spend $75 or more, you get this free gift with purchase. It's the only way to get this cutie, and there's a lot of amazing things on sale. So definitely grab this, and I will be sharing a card with this somewhere tomorrow on social media, so stay tuned for that. But absolutely the cutest little skunk, and I just thought it was very clever and a really fun way to promote their sale, and also, to get something fun with your purchase. Oh, good. Monica says yes. Great, because I was hoping it wasn't just me. Literally, I keep thinking Love Stinks, and it's just on replay in my head now. It's crazy. Okay, second thing. The first card I'm doing today is very much inspired by the toile, the blue on white, decorative, like home decor and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm going to show you. I did link it below. The specific piece, I picked this up at Walmart. I was influenced by somebody on Instagram, but this is a Easter decorative plate, and it's very inexpensive. I mean, there's probably lots of beautiful pieces in antique shops. You maybe already have some, but I thought this was super cute. I did link it again down below, but it's this really fun ceramic platter from their Way to Celebrate collection, which I think is their seasonal at Walmart. It's stoneware, dishwasher, and microwave safe, which is awesome. But our first project is going to be inspired by this. And I mention this because a lot of times I get asked, where do you find your inspiration? And you can literally find inspiration anywhere. And oftentimes you might have to rethink it a little bit. But when I was thinking about what I wanted to do today, I love, love, love this month's stencils. And they obviously work and lend themselves very well to very colorful stenciling. But I thought, what if we did a monochromatic stenciling card? What could we do to dress that up and make it fun? And so that is where we're going to go first. We are going to use the stencil of the month, which is a bunny head. So let me pop my camera, let's show what we're going to use, and then let's start with our cards today. Donna says, so true. Absolutely. So look for that inspiration everywhere, because I think once you start, even if you don't purchase something, like I totally bought that because that's kind of my vibe. I love blue. And so I just kind of thought, well, that's a pretty piece. I'll add that to my Easter collection this year. But now that I've got that, I see it in all kinds of things everywhere you go. And it's not a new design at all. It's been around for years and years. And like I said, you might have old antiques, or you might go antiquing and see things like that that would be really fun to add to your collection, or just to inspire you in your paper crafting. Tanya says, I made your Cupid Fox card for Valentine's Day and it turned out so cute. Oh, I love that. Good. Ladybug93 says, yes, the wedding singer is a fave. Absolutely. All right. So, actually, we want to do our picture-in-picture, don't we? There we go. So, what we're going to be using for today's cards is... That was my mistake. I'm going to throw that one away. Oh, you have missed a lot lately, Tabitha. I'm so glad to see you. Monica says, I'm thinking alphabets with designer paper for the Lucky Like Your Sweatshirt. 100%. That is a fantastic point, Monica. Yes. The sync is off. It might be something with the streaming. I don't know. So, this is the large die of the month. Oh, you went out and came back and it's good now. fantastic. A lot of times that fixes everything. So the large die of the month features a cute little bunny here and then some accessories and things, and he can wear some she can wear some spectacles, which is super cute. So we are going to utilize this. For our first card, we're going to use some of the florals from this set. We also are going to be utilizing the stamp of the month, the stamp die of the month for all of our cards today, which has lots of amazing sentiments. Let's put it on that white. Lots of great sentiments. This is a cute, cute border. I need to, maybe in our second video this month, our second live for this February releases this month, I'll do something and color that, but it's so cute. Lots of great sentiments, so we're going to use that. And then we are going to utilize for our second and third cards today, the embossing folders of the month, the 3D embossing folder and the regular embossing folder. Absolutely incredible. I always love the embossing folders, and so just a great way to add a simple touch, especially with a die set that takes up a lot of the card space. So it's just going to add a nice subtle texture to the background and not overwhelm. And then, in addition to my Spellbinders products, I did pull out a Simon Says stamp, background stamp, and that is this grungy text stamp, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that for the first card. I specifically picked this one because of that kind of faded out edge, and it's going to work really nicely for what we're going to do here. So let's see where I put all those pieces. I got everything in my little craft stacks. I love the stamp set this month. Adorable Maureen says, same. Rochelle says, I can't wait to get my crate from Spellbinders. Yes. Me too. Oh, you guys, how funny is this? I left my stencils on the drying rack because I did test this out. Hold, please. I completely forgot that I left my stencils. I knew I was forgetting something, and I was racking my brain before the video started today, trying to remember what I forgot. So we're also using the stencil of the month, and they are numbered. So let me find number 1. Darling bunny set. It is so cute, and it's very versatile. We're going to use the glasses with one card, but we're going to use them without too. So let's move all of our florals out of the way for now. And we are going to work just on some stenciling to begin with. And as always, I am going to use my little sticky mat here from Simon Says Stamp to kind of help hold my cardstock in place. So I've got a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch panel of smooth white cardstock here. Hi, Susie. And these stencils, let's see, there we go, all have a number down in the bottom corner, which is super handy. I do love that. Plus they have those little registration marks in the corners. So if you are stenciling on a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch panel of cardstock, it does make it very easy to line up. And I am going to be doing that for the card here. So this floral bunny face, which I thought really lent itself well to that toile kind of look, is going to completely fill our card front. This month, Spellbinders crate is awesome. Mine came yesterday. Oh, but you didn't get to unpack it. Well, it'll be a great surprise for you today. Oh, I love that. Mitzi says, how's your basement craft space coming along? I haven't even started yet. There's been a delay in my furniture delivery. So, it's just not, we're not quite ready to do that. I still have to have carpet cleaners come. So, you know, it's a ways out. I said that it wouldn't be happening until maybe the end of this month, March. It's looking like it's probably going to be the end of March before we actually get all moved down there, but that is okay. It is what it is. Okay, to go with that toile look, we are not really doing a what you would consider pastel Easter color combo today. Instead, I am going to really lean into the blues, and we're going to use some Faded Jeans Distress Oxide ink. Laura says, question. I think it's Laura, or is it Lori? What is the crate? The crate is the full Spellbinders Club release each month. So they used to call it the caboodle. In January, they changed it to crate. They combined a couple of things. They removed something. And they just changed the name of it. So that's what it is called now. And that is if you want all 8 clubs, which I love them because I love to mix and match. Okay, so I'm going to take my Faded Jeans and I'm going to take a blending brush. I particularly love these waffle flower blending brushes. We're going to load it up and we are just going to stencil all of the layers for this. And it might seem like I really resisted doing all of them in the same color, but I promise you the end result is going to be awesome. So we're just going to go one at a time with our stencils and get that color. So there's the first one. Look at that. And then there's 5 stencils in all. And just want to make sure there is no water on here. No, Mitzi, you have not missed anything. It will not be until late spring before I share anything. And that's been the plan all along. I thought it was going to maybe be a little sooner, but it's not. It's okay. I have plenty to do. So I think I'll be all right. Darn it. I am eager to have it all done. All right. So I want to kind of line this up. I am using those corners, but I also want to make sure that I'm lining it up with what I've already stenciled. So what I love, if you are doing this in multicolor, which I like that you can kind of do whatever you want with it. I like that it has this veining piece, kind of that outline of the bunny, as a separate stencil. I think that's really, really nice. Happy birthday, Koi! Faded Jeans is your favorite distress color, Sherry said. It's so good. Truth be told, I tried 2 different colors first. I do know why I picked one different of the other colors, and none of them were correct. And I was like, why didn't I just go to Faded Jeans to begin with? Because I agree, it is one of my very, very favorites too. As far as blue goes, for sure. Okay, so there we're going to pull off stencil 2. It's coming together. Really loving the oxides right now, Catherine says. I am too. I go in phases by what I choose to use. And for some reason, I've really been into my oxides too. So I'm in good company. How many strands on 32 count fabric? It's up to you, but usually I use 2. All right. If you have a tighter weave fabric, Connie, you can do 1 strand, or if you like a little bit more primitive look, but generally I use 2. And this is another detailed one. And then the final 2 stencils, so you can totally see that this one is a lot more of the leaves and the veining. The final 2 stencils are going to be the flowers. Now, something that I thought would be fun, I'm not doing it today, but if you want to, you could leave that step, the next 2 stencil steps off, and you could take little die cuts and fill those in instead, and that would be a super pretty look too. You're welcome, Connie. Monica says she needs Faded Jeans. Monica, you don't have it? You know what? I say that, but I did not get faded jeans for a while. I've had it a while now, but I remember at the time I was going through my inks and I was looking for it everywhere. I was convinced I had faded jeans and I didn't. I have it in Distress ink, but not in the Oxide, so I had to go back and purchase that and fill that one in. And I wonder why that is, because I kind of usually purchase the inks as they come out, but crazy. Okay, so next we're going to start our flowers. And if you want a little bit of difference in the leaves to the flowers, or vice versa, you could do this either way. You can use a little bit lighter hand with that same color, and it's just going to give you a little bit more of a lighter effect. I don't think on my original piece I did that, but we could try. I don't think I really ended up doing it there either. I didn't. Maybe a little in a few places. Look how pretty this is. We're almost there. And I love, love, love how detailed these stencils are. Oh, Chip Sapphire's a good one. Monica says she has Uncharted Mariner and Prize Ribbon. Yes. I kept trying to use Uncharted Mariner, and you'll see why when I show you the bonus project I did. And it wasn't quite the right color. So it's neither here nor there. Loving the way those blending brushes seem to go smoothly. They are fantastic, Tanya. It took me a while. I've had them for a while, and I really wanted to test them out first before I completely said, yes, I totally recommend these. I tend to kind of do that because I just never know. I'm so reluctant to jump on any new train. I know some people jump right on, and I'm usually late to the party, but I do very much love these. Okay, I purposely did this fifth stencil a little bit lighter. Let's see. You read my mind. I was just wondering what the stencil would look like in blue and white. Oh, yay! Okay, so if you weren't here at the beginning, here is the inspiration piece for it. I'll switch my camera back. How about that, in case you didn't see? Because I think it's important to mention where we get our... Ugh. I got this plate at Walmart, and it's new for this season. I did put a link down below if you're interested, but this is what inspired it, and I am thrilled that it worked out as good as it did. Because that doesn't always happen. Okay. Oh no! Kay Taver says, I just bought 3 blues and still don't have faded jeans. Now, it will work with any color. I just felt like faded jeans was really the right color for what I was trying to achieve here. All right, you guys, just like this, how gorgeous is that? Now, imagine doing it in any color. Maybe you like reds. Maybe you want to do soft pinks, or I know greens are always really popular as well. You could do this in anything, as well as multicolor. But I just really wanted to show a monochromatic design for this, and I love, love, love it. Hello! Hi, Lori! Let's see, I really like that bunny stencil done in multicolors on the Spellbinder site, but really love the all blue. Well, thank you, Ginger! I'm glad you like it. And isn't it awesome that you can use it in so many different ways? I love, love, love the versatility of it. Okay, so remember, I pulled out this grungy text and I wanted to use it for this first card. So I want to go around and I want to add some grungy text around the edges of this panel, but I do not want to cover up at all the focal point, which is our adorable bunny. So I pulled out some Lost Shadow, and I'm not going to worry too much about if my text is upside down or right side up. In fact, I'm going to flip back and forth because it's a background element. And we are going to just use an acrylic block. This is going to allow me to control and also kind of help with the imperfection of it. Thank you so much, Joanne. And I am going to, this side kind of pops out, so I'm going to go in And I am stamping with Lost Shadow, which is this beautiful light gray. It's super, super subtle. And we are going to just stamp that grungy text all the way around. And even up here, let's see how I wanted to do it. And I'm really doing my best to not stamp over this. Now, I want some text in here. So let me just grab some packaging stuff out of my garbage. Your garbage can be a treasure trove of helpfulness when you're working on things. And I'm just going to use this as a mask. And we're going to come in here. Let me think about this really quick first. Yes, I want to do it this way. And we're going to stamp. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I love the faded out edges. And I think what I'm going to do, we'll do a little bit of that. And we're going to stamp right in here. Perfect. And we're going to continue around the edges of our panel, just filling in all of those spots. Lost Shadow is next on your list to buy. Love it. Tanya said, yes, get Lost Shadow. That is, so remember I just said that I don't jump on the bandwagon? I waited like a year after it was released to buy it. Why? Don't know. No idea. Totally dumb, because it has become one of my absolute favorites. It is the perfect light subtle gray. I think we want to do this side instead. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We are only going for just kind of that great little border where it's got a little grungy text. Okay. Now, before we put Lost Shadow away, actually, let me hold it up first so you can see it. Whoops, it's really stuck down to my background. So here is how our background looks now. Still, the bunny is still shining. Absolutely. Love it already, Monica said. Thank you. We are going to go around now with our blending brush in Lost Shadow and just shade out the edges a little bit. Again, I don't want to pull in gray clear to the center. We just want to kind of frame up our design a little bit, especially because this is all one layer up until this point. We'll add a few little details on top, but the base of our card today does not feature lots of additional layering. Oh, Ginger has a good point. She says, Lost Shadow is the perfect light gray. So many tend to go green or even beige. I agree. And this definitely maintains that nice, beautiful light gray color. Very good point, Ginger. And you can see I am blending a lot on my mat because I want to not pull too much into the center. All right, our background is now done for that most part. So beautiful. So I am going to quickly wipe off my mat. Is there a 5x7 size? Danae said. 5x7 size of what? Cards or stencils, or did I miss something? Probably. I need to, okay, another question. I need to get a set of brushes for my oxides. Is there a style of blending brushes you recommend? I do use the waffle flower. I don't think it matters necessarily one over another, but I will tell you that I use the waffle flower in both these big ones for the background, and then these smaller detail ones are also my Oxide brushes, and the reason is I know at a glance that I use these for oxides. So it makes it really easy for me to differentiate what brushes I use for what kinds of ink. But otherwise, I would say it's just completely personal preference. Oh, what size is the paper you're working on? I am doing that. Thank you. It's a 4 1/4 by 5.5, so standard size today. You could totally do a 5 by 7 and it'll give you a lot more room. All right, so now that we have that, I have a bunch of florals here. And you can see that I kept with the same color palette. It's going to be blue flowers, and I picked Celestial and Indigo from Spellbinders. And then I have an assortment of vellum leaves and branches. So that's going to be like a regular vellum, and then also ice or silver vellum from Spellbinders. Yes, I got it, Blanc Arts and Crafts. Thank you so much. Let's see, Nancy says it's a cool gray rather than a warm gray. Yes, for sure. All right. So we are going to grab our glue press. And actually, before I start that too much, I want to look. I'll probably save my sentiment. Yeah, we'll do the sentiment here in a little bit. You're so welcome. Okay, so I am going to glue my flowers together, and then we're going to build a pretty little dimensional floral crown up here at the top of the bunny's head. So I've got a couple of these, and they are very easy to assemble. And we're going to have some in the lighter celestial color of cardstock, as well as the darker indigo. Oh, good. Linda says she was just able to order the crate. It was sold out at the beginning of the month, but it must be back. That's great. Yes, I know that they were working on it, so perfect. Glad to hear that. It's generally because like one element sells out, so then they can't offer it. So I'm sure they got it, whatever it was, back. I can't remember what it was that sold out now. You're welcome, Danae. And I really want to encourage you to try like some non-traditional colors. It's as fun as it is. And you'll see on the next two cards, we'll definitely do more greens and things for greenery. But I feel like greenery on this card would have totally detracted and taken away from that blue 12 feel that I'm trying to achieve. Just you wait, Ginger. You and me. Just you wait. As soon as I have this card put together, I'm going to show you what else I made with it. Okay, let's put these little things together too. Because I always feel like bonus home decor projects. I've really been feeling the home decor projects lately. I don't know what it is, but I have been just loving them, and I don't know. I keep seeing things in my head to make. Oh yeah, I just read that. All right, here's another little branch. I know this one's kind of hard to see because it's on vellum, but that'll just give us some nice little branch. There we go. Where's the other one? I know I have one more in here. There it is. What is everybody working on today? Are you crafting, working, sneaking in from work? All right. So what I like to kind of do first is lay things out. So we're going to just lay out our different components, kind of like so. play around with it a little bit, and I'm not actually going to secure anything quite yet. I'm going to group my main florals, and then I have lots of vellum greenery, whether you're using regular greenery or vellum greenery. I think lots of it really help pull the whole thing together. And I don't want it to be too matchy-matchy, so I'll kind of try to put things at different angles. I don't think I'm going to use those two leaves, and I think we'll use that. So I think that's kind of how this is going to look. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to make a fabric bow to go here, and then we'll kind of glue everything down. So in my scrap bin of ribbon, pardon me, organizing a craft area, Linda said. Don't laugh, but I'm working on Christmas cards. Janie, I would never laugh at that. That is awesome. Been on a roll. You know what? When you're on a roll, I say go with it. I'm the same when I feel like cleaning. I'm like, if I feel like cleaning, then we just need to roll with that. Chocolate covered strawberries. Helene, I'll be right over. That sounds amazing. Making this monochromatic would make it easy to mass produce. Oh, I love that. Working on Hero Art's homework, Dixie said. Fantastic. Madge is making birthday cards with the field notes set. I love that. And Linda's organizing her craft area. And Inks for Fun, finally getting time to craft with the Simon Says Stamp February card kit. That is awesome. Don't fight the vision, Cheryl said. Gotta craft what's in your head. 100%. All right, so I'm going to take my bow tool, and I did link this down below, and we're going to use the 1.5 inch size. I've got this scrap ribbon. I wish it was silk ribbon, or I did, but it does turn out awesome because I have made one already, so I know that it works good. This is like a cotton kind of twill. I have no idea where it's from. It was in my scrap jar, so I'm sure I pulled it off of something at some point instead of like buying it this way. But any ribbon that matches, and I just thought this was really pretty because again, it's that blue color. I'm going to make a double loop bow. So I'm right-handed. I leave a little tail over here on the left. If you're left-handed, you'll probably want to switch that. And the 1.5 is going to give us a nice small size. So I'm going to wrap around, and to make the bow, you want to do a figure 8. So up, over, and then in between, up, over, in between, up and around. And when I have 2 loops on this side and 2 loops on this side, this is my tail, 2 loops, 2 loops. You could cut this down ahead of time, but I generally don't. We are going to take it in between. We're going to wrap it around and go down in between here, leaving this little loop right here. And I'm going to do all my work in between my 2 tongs right now. You're going to bring this up and thread it through that loop and pull tight. And I like to pull it tight and to the back. Donna says, hello from rainy Washington, a little late. We'll have to watch the beginning later. That is perfect. Working on an Afghan for my sister-in-law, Rochelle says. Nice. Thank you, Daisy. Marianne says, hello. Mariam. Is it Mariam? Hello from Southern Cal. Joining late, Nancy said. Okay, so I've got it nice and tight. We're just going to slide this off like so. And I'm going to fluff it out a little bit. So the benefit of a nice little tiny bow here is look how cute this is going to be on our card. And then all of our little greenery is going to be tucked into it. So I'm pretty happy with this. We're just going to start gluing this down, and then we will glue down our bow. And I like the little bow because I think it will not, well, I know. It's not that I think. I have one already, so I know this. It won't detract and take away from our bunny. Yeah, don't adjust the loops too hard. That might be why it's coming undone. Try to do it a little bit less and see if that helps. All right, so now we're going to kind of just fill in. I'm going to keep kind of gauging my bow as where I need to tuck all of my little stuff. And do our little bit of floral arranging. I think we're going to kind of tilt that one out a little bit. And you'll notice I'm keeping the glue mostly on the stem so that my flowers have that little bit of lift to them. We'll do that. Miriam, I love it. So pretty. Okay, let me see what we got left here. I'm going to do this one there and this one right there. I'm really into vellum leaves right now. Like vellum leaves for all the things, right? And we're going to kind of tuck this one in here. And if you need to, you can always tack things down a little bit more later. I also like, whoops, the thin foam squares. Where did that one go? Right there. Are great here too if you want just a little bit of security for your flowers. Like I might pop one right there because the glue on the vellum will tend to make it curl up a little bit. If you want a little bit of lift, you can kind of sneak some little foam squares underneath if you want. And before I glue this on, I am going to snip the ends. I don't want it to be too long or too short. That would be perfect in your China hutch. Oh, yay! Perfect. Okay. So there is my little bow. And I am going to put a nice little bit of glue here. Now, normally, I like to pinch this with tweezers, but I already know this. It's going to be too far in for my tweezers. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to let it sit there. I'll put something heavy on it here in a second, like an acrylic block or something, so this glues down. But several of you have mentioned how pretty would this be just like this in, you know, as decor. Well, that is, I made a card here. We will add a sentiment. We're going to do all of our sentiments here in a little bit. But I want to show you what I made minus a sentiment. So let's pull out a couple of things. I wanted to make a little frame. And of course, I thought about this too late to, I did search, but I didn't find the right thing. And I came home and thought, well, I will make something that works for this. A couple of days ago when I was out searching and like I said, I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for. And I have these Tim Holtz, what are these called? Mini framed panels. I linked it down below. So it's this little panel like this. And I've had them forever. It comes in a 2-pack. And I thought, well, I can put a 4x6 panel in here and I think it'll be really, really cute. So what am I going to do? Because I don't want to keep it brown. I kind of want it to vibe a little bit better with this. So what I ended up doing was I painted a frame with Uncharted Mariner. You can just glue all these pieces together. So I painted it, let it dry. And then I took my favorite antique gold rub and buff and antiqued my frame a little bit so it looked a little bit aged and old. And this is what we have. So I have ordered a little gold easel to stick it in, but here is the little framed art piece, which is just a 4x6 piece of cardstock instead of the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 for the card front. so that it would fit in here. And this is a great little piece that you can tuck into your Easter decor. And see how it totally, the vibe that I was going for. I hope that it, you know, the inspiration piece really showcases where it came from. But this is the little frame that I made using that Tim Holtz frame. Oh, hello, Libby. Thank you. So I'm going to hold it up so you can see the antique gold rub and buff over that Uncharted Mariner, which I loved. I thought it turned out really nice. And it looks so stinking cute. I'm so excited to stick this into my decor. And like I said, I just bought a little easel to stick it in, or to lean it in, so that I could just stick it into the Easter decor. So hopefully that inspires you guys as well, because this took no time at all to do. Very, very easy. And then I just glued the two pieces together. So this is what these two pieces look like. You could do this with any of your favorite, you know, if you have anything kind of that will fit on a card front, it's going to fit in here. Just make sure your cardstock that goes back here is like a 4x6, and then have fun. Everything about this was just exactly like the card. Let's see. Get to Michael's and Hobby Lobby while they're on business. Oh, fun. Perfect to sit around. Thank you, Ginger. And like Ginger, was it you who mentioned it, that, or somebody mentioned it? It would be cute to stick in like your hutch and with your china and stuff. 100%. Now, if you want to and you don't want to paint your own frame, by all means, just look for one at a craft store or discount store, or when you're thrifting or antiquing. I think that would be really sweet too. But I did not have time to go out and search high and low. And I remembered I had these frames. I've had them forever. And I thought, well, I have some paint. Let's see what we can make. So that is our first card. And like I said, we will add our sentiment here in just a little bit. Okay. So card number 1. Definitely that elegant vibe. So lovely. Love that plate too. Me too. I found it at Walmart this year and I thought it was the cutest thing. Would be lovely in a kid's room too. Yes, absolutely. I love that idea. All right. Card 2. Let's work with our bunny dies, shall we? Easter is my favorite holiday. Aw, the frame bunny and the tray is adorable. Thank you, Shelly. Linda says, would look great on my desk at work. I love that idea. Marta, thank you so much for this super chat. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you. Let's see. Laura says, I bought some of the Indigo cardstock recently, and it is now my favorite dark blue. It is so beautiful. I agree. Ginger says no splatter. No splatter today. Yes, I kind of went splatter free today. So I did choose, I'm going to do a dark blue background for this card as well. We're going to not for the next one, but I just was kind of inspired. So this is going to feature our large die of the month. And we're also going to showcase our embossing folder of the month. Let me look at this. Is this the 3D one? It is. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and emboss my cardstock. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but if you weren't here, I really just want, the bunny takes up the majority of the card front. But I just want a little something going on. Let's see. All Simon Says stamp ships. Oh, good. Simon Says stamp ships directly to Ireland. That's perfect. Okay. So I need my little mat here, and I am going to run this through my die cut machine. Just like so. And look at that. Love, love, love that. And I think we're going to leave it as is today. Sometimes I like to have a little fun with it, but today I think we're going to leave it as is. Let's look. I think so. I think we're going to work on our bunny and not worry about the background for now. So I am going to grab my bunny pieces, and I decided for this to do a brown bunny. And we are going to, let's see which one I grabbed. I think we're going to do a little gathered twigs on the bunny pieces. We're going to see if I like this first. And we're just going to give our bunny a little bit of shading. Do I like this, or do I need to get ground espresso? Oh, this might be all right. And we're just going to add, like I said, I have a hard time leaving my dyes as is. Yes, it's Indigo Cardstock, and it is such a good color. It's one of my absolute favorites. Now, sometimes on these, I like to ink the cheeks, but because this is a bigger image and there are dies for it, I am going to just use the die cuts today. And because these die pieces are so big, I did just use my big blending brush, but you could use smaller ones if you prefer. I think we're going to actually pull this color all the way. Starting with a colorful cardstock, even if you're adding color all over, makes how much ink you add, you don't have to add near as much, I guess is what I want to say. What did I miss? Just kidding, Heidi said. Go back to the beginning real fast and watch it on super speed, Heidi. Okay, so then we're going to do the body as well. And then I am going to grab, and of course I didn't get it out. I'm going to grab a little bit of ground espresso as well. So I ended up kind of going with gathered twigs all over. And then I'm going to use my detail brush to add some darker inking. And I'm just working straight on my glass mat. That's an easy, quick cleanup. Miriam says LOL, exactly. And we're going to do that here as well, just a little bit. Give our bunny all the cute shading so that when we add all that detail, it really shines. And if I got a little much, I'm just going to go in with my lighter color and kind of do a heavier blend. Smooth some of that out. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And we'll do a little cleanup. And we're also going to grab out our pink blending brush, and I'm going to use those smaller detail ones. Oh, the last one I picked, always. And for the insides of the ears, I'm going to take a little tattered rose. And I'm going to add a little shading to these as well, since this is a much bigger die cut. And so sometimes when they're super small, I can get away with not maybe shading some of the little detail pieces. But for this, I really felt like we should add a little extra shading. And I am digging this tattered rose. It has been one of my very, very favorites so far this spring again. And we're going to add this to the insides of the ears. Just like so. Look how cute. I'm doing all 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now this bunny's pretty big, so if you like doing a 5 by 7 card, you can really have fun with that and have a lot more room outside of that to kind of play and add all of the things. Gonna be so cute. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna flip my little face over. Let me see. Brown bunny makes me think of chocolate Easter bunnies, and now I need some chocolate. Laura said, I love that. So I'm going to go right back behind. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I just realized I forgot something. We're going to put a little bit of foam. I am going to put this back behind the nose. What did I do with my black cardstock piece? We're just going to cut a little piece here, and we're going to fit this back behind the eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around like this with a little bit of glue. He's coming to life. 2 orders in already, Donna said. Oh my goodness. What'd you get, Donna? Stencils? All right. There we go. And of course, we are going to have eyelashes. We'll get there. Now, before I get too excited, that's what I was afraid of. Let's not put all of our foam down yet, Nichol. Let's look and see where we want those ears to go. I don't mind if they stick out a little bit. And then I'm just going to attach it with my foam squares because I'm going to pop my bunny up. And let's do the same thing. Let's make sure his ear is even over here. You can glue it in place too, but I'm already popping it up, so I figure I'll just use my foam squares. And I probably should have used some longer foam strips, but too late now. Didn't do it, so. And I like, so you can totally put the face straight up and down, but I like my critters to have a little attitude. So we're going to tilt the bunny's little head on its neck. And I am just going to put some foam. We're not going to peel off the backing yet at all. So kind of like this. How cute is that? And even though the bunny's ears are sticking off a little bit, I'm not concerned because this would be a card that I would put in a bigger envelope or hand deliver. I think that it's kind of cute sometimes to have some of the components hanging off the edge. Then our bunny has one of the cutest things I think this set has. If you loved, was it December's clubs that had the little cherry bag charm that had like the little scarf and things you could hang? Well, our little bunny has this little scarf that goes around its neck, which I think is the cutest thing ever. So we are going to add a little shading to that. And I'm just going to use my faded jeans, and I'm going to try to use a pretty light hand. This is the windy color of cardstock, so it's nice and light. And we're just going to kind of gently come in from one side and the other. And then we can build up that intensity if we want to. Same thing, we're going to start up here at the top, kind of where here's our little knot. We need to do that too. And we're going to kind of pull that color down a little bit. That was a lot, but that's okay. Just like so. We're going to do that over here. And on the little knot, we're going to add some color to this too. There we go. You foam tape like I do. Helene says, that's right. I use lots. Bunny, that is amazing. Congratulations. Love this bunny so much, Shirley said. Thank you. That scarf is too cute. Now I want to buy this set. I know. Isn't it adorable? Okay, I definitely think I need to add a little more. And then we're going to glue this down. And one of the benefits of not using glue and using the foam is that I can easily kind of lift that up and partially tuck that underneath the edge of the head if I want to. There we go. What a cutie. I agree. This bunny is adorable. So cute. Kind of do that. And then we're going to do the little knot right there. Yes, I like that. He is looking so innocent, right? This is how my little Frank looks at me when he's been bad. He does the little head tilt. I just realized I probably do that because my little dogs do look at me like that. Okay, now our little pink, well, let's clean up this blue because I could see me getting that on the little pink areas. Let's take our cheeks and our nose, which are all out of chiffon cardstock. I'm going to take a little more tattered rose to these as well. And we're going to shade in just a little bit. And I love the chiffon, but I do think the nose needs just a little more color, so that works really well for that tattered rose ink. And I purposely left the little cutout of the nose in because that's going to just serve as an additional layer to help pop the nose up a little bit more. And we're just going to layer that right there. And we're going to pop our little cheeks in place too. Let me see. I need to shift that nose just a tad. Lovely bunny, thank you. Isn't he cute? I also think this, if you do like little bags or little treat bags for littles, wouldn't these be cute on the front of treat bags? With like a little tag with a monogram or something? I know on my social media I reposted today that what I love about this time of year is I no longer have to make 35 Valentines to give out. But part of me does miss it a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. But sometimes when I think, oh, wouldn't these be so cute to put on little bags for all the little friends? Would be really, really cute. Now I'm going to have to buy these bunnies, Nancy said. They are really super cute. So I need a black pen and also a white one because we're going to do a little eyelash treatment. We're also going to do some little highlights on the eyes. Is the ribbon around the neck part of this set? Yes, it is. Good question. It sure is. Everything I'm using is from this set for the bunny. That includes the flowers. So first up, we're going to do our little white highlights here. Just like so. I think that makes the face come to life. And then we're going to take our fine tip black pen and we're going to add some little eyelashes. Look at that little face. How cute is that? Helene says she misses those days too. I was just thinking when I reposted that this morning and then I was thinking about it, I thought, you know, here's what's going to happen. I've said that and I know that someday, cross our fingers, I'll have grandkids and I'll get asked to do them then. So I hope that I'm ready to do it then. Because I don't think anyone in my family, my kiddos, wants to be very crafty. Believe it or not. Oh, Monica says this was her last year of doing Valentine's for your kids. My youngest son's last year in elementary. It's bittersweet, Monica. It goes so fast. So on Facebook in my memory, you know how the memories pop up? I don't see it all the time, but I did happen to see it. It must have been yesterday. A memory popped up of 11 years ago when my youngest must have been his last year as well. For Valentine's, and I had stamped a bunch of the Lawn Fawn dinosaurs for him and he colored them, and it's pretty interesting. He had his own style, and I think that's what I even posted. But it was kind of bittersweet. It made me smile. I was glad I had that memory. Ginger says, oh, you'll get asked. Ginger, now do you know this from experience? Is that why you're saying that? All right, so let's pop our cutie pie little bunny here. This also would be really cute on a bigger piece. And like, imagine the bunny's ears sticking out of the frame. This would be really cute, even like on a nursery room shelf or a little one's room on a shelf somewhere. I think that could be very cute. Oh, Tanya says her grandkids are 21 and 27 and they still look forward to her cards and candy bags. I love that. Oh, well, my kids still look forward to them. They just don't want to do any of them. My oldest is the funniest. My daughter wants me to make her some stuff, like sewn stuff. My oldest son, though, goes, Mom, it's been a while since you've given me a card. He'll just say that to me randomly. He likes when even though I see him, he always wants me to mail them because he likes getting them in the mail, which is cute. My daughter is a senior in college, and so this is her last year to send Valentine's goodies. It doesn't have to be. I still give my kids. I still do it. I think it's fun. Okay, so now we're going to give a little beautiful floral head treatment. How cute is this? And I chose more muted shades, so really this card could work for any time. It doesn't have to be Easter, which I love. I think we're going to try a little bit of saltwater taffy. No, that's not going to be dark enough. We're going to have to get a darker color, Nicole. Hold, please. Worn lipstick. Just got that folder an hour ago. I still make and send them, hoping the package arrived today, Ginger said. Aw. Yeah, I do too. So we're just going to add a little shading to some of these pieces as well, because I just can't leave them plain. I wish I was the girl who could leave these things plain, but I am not. Okay, these I don't, little teeny tiny ones I'm not going to worry about. These though, I'm going to use just a little rustic wilderness. Oh, it would be so cute for a baby or a toddler, 100%. So I'm using a little bit of that Concord in Ninth Artichoke color cardstock. This is more of my favorite muted. We're going to use Peridot on the brighter card we're going to do in a minute. But I was really having fun with color for today's video when I was planning it out. Just trying to do some different things, even though they all basically use a lot of the same elements. So just a little bit of rustic wilderness there. I've given up on having grandkids. Koi, I know. We're not anywhere close to that here either. But I'm not going to give up. Hopefully someday. That's where I'm at. So we're going to just build out all of our little flowers. Those need some shading. So do these. Maybe I should do that first, huh? Just going to take whatever is left from the worn lipstick and blend that on. And I am using a combination of different shades of pinks and some yellows. So most of the cardstock today is Spellbinders, except this green is going to be from Concord and Ninth. And then this yellow is a light yellow from Lawn Fawn. It's called Sticky Note, and it is perfect. It's the perfect light yellow. It's been my favorite for years if you want a really beautiful light pastel yellow. Then otherwise, everything is going to be Spellbinders. Everything else is Spellbinders cardstock. Oh, look how cute these little florals are going to be. Spellbinders does such incredible florals. So we're going to build out this little crown of florals and greenery up here. So let's just start laying out some of the different pieces. Kind of like so. That's funny, Ginger. She says one of her childhood best friends reports in every card and email. Still none. That's cute. Oh, I kind of wish I would have added some color to that, but I didn't. Should I go in and do it now? We'll add a little bit. So I kind of like to play with all of mine and lay it out first. Koi says my kids are still young. You're correct, Koi. They're getting to that age where they need to hurry up. Well, maybe you could just adopt some neighbor kids or other family members. Mitzi says she always wishes she could have frozen hers for about 5 years. She'd choose 10, 8, and 5. Those were good years, yes. Every once in a while, sometimes you just start thinking about it. I can't believe how fast time goes. Like, I'm not older, so why are my kids so old? That's obviously a joke. I'm so old. I've decided. Things keep falling apart. So then we got a little yellow. I like that little pop of yellow in with all my pink. And then also to tie into the yellow, this little flower center for my alabaster flower, I'm actually going to darken that a little bit, and I am going to add just a little bit of yellow. This is some mustard seed to my alabaster flower. Monica says her grown kids love getting Valentine's. My kids do too. They do too. I usually send them like, one of their favorite things to get are caramel apples. So I will send those a lot. I don't like this. Hold on. And then I'll send them cards with that. Let me, where's my brown? There's my brown brush. I should have done this flower center brown. I'm going to change it. There we go. There we go. I'm loving that. That's much better. Ginger, I would let you adopt me. Imagine all the fun crafting we could do. Oh, did I forget to cut another branch? I don't see one here, but I have little flowers for it. Well, let me cut one real fast because clearly I meant to. The flower crown is really the perfect touch to this bunny. It really is. And Spellbinders does the most amazing flowers. I just love everything about them. Okay, let's add a little bit of green to this stem. And a little bit of yellow, not a lot. We want to maintain mostly these creamy little flowers. There we go. All right. So once we add all these, it's going to be cute. Really, really fun. And so what I wanted to show with this card, because obviously this card is made, the full set has some really big glasses that the bunny can wear. And it's really cute. But you can use it with or without. And that was kind of my goal for this card, was to have a little bit of fun. Well, I'm missing a flower center too. To have a little bit of fun with this one as far as, you guys, I can't even make this up. I just found my branch that I just recut. And there's extra florals in here. Whoops. I was more organized than I thought. But to show versatility with the products. So yes, this definitely is the Easter release for the club kits, but you do not have to do Easter-ish cards. They can just be spring cards, anytime cards, whatever you want to do. Which I love. I think this bunny would be cute anytime. Also, depending on your colorway, I think you could make this a baby card very easily. And that would be cute. Or just a nice little friendship card. Let's make our little rose here. We're just going to pop these up. And we're going to do that. Okay. I like to do basically one little foam square. That way it still allows me to easily tuck these other little pieces kind of in to build out all of my greenery and things like that. It would be a very cute get well card, Donna. I love that. Great, great idea. Okay, so who subscribes to the large Spellbinders Club Kit or crate? I know some of you said that it either just arrived or you were able to just now order it because some pieces had been sold out. I would love to know from you guys, like, who already gets it. Hello, Jung. But I'd love to know from you guys, like, who gets these sets every month, or what your favorite Spellbinders Club Kit is. The flower crown reminds me of the girls visiting a Renaissance fair. Oh, I love that. That's a very good observation. All right. I am so glad I have extra greenery pieces because we're going to need them. I knew I was going to. I need this one. I need all 3 of these. All 3. I don't, but I may have to. They are very fun. All right. So we're going to add a little bit of color to these extra green pieces that I die cut. Let's see. Oh no, it's lost in Puerto Rico with your glue press. No, that's no good. It's not supposed to be lost. Kathy says she gets the crate and it's worth it. Yes, I really love it, and I love that the products coordinate, but they're not the same, if that makes sense. Like, you get such a nice variety of products. And I am all about the variety. There we go. Now we can pull the greenery down a little bit so it's not just sitting up on top of the head. That's what I like with the little greenery pieces, is to do the fill in. So these little flowers, actually, we're just going to snip that off. There we go, like that. It makes all the difference, adding in all that extra greenery. Ginger says the crate is a great value. It really is. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to kind of, that longer little piece tucked underneath will just kind of help pull that down. Look how sweet. So stinking cute. Okay, we're going to work on our greeting for that one in a little bit. So far, here's our 2 cards we have. And we're going to use our large die again. And this time we're going to do a more what I would call traditional spring colorway. And we're going to use the little glasses. Let's see. Sometimes I get the crate, or most of the times I get the crate, but sometimes I switch. That's nice too. I currently get the stitching dies and the small dies. Awesome. I will be showcasing those in a couple of weeks in our live. So here are the colors I pulled for this one, and we're going to have some little spring glasses. And of course, we're going to have a much brighter, lighter background. Super fun. And again, for this one, we're going to take the other embossing folder. So we used the leaf one for this card. And now we're going to use the other leafy design one. And this is the regular embossing folder, not the 3D one. And we're just going to run this one through to make our background. I I switched to the full club 2 months before they switched to get the wax seal, and I'm glad I did because I love the extra cardstock every month. Yes, I do love that change. That's a great, I agree. It's a great change in this club. So again, just a really pretty subtle background. I'm a huge fan of their embossing folders. And I haven't mentioned it yet today, but one of the things I love is that instead of the small size, they're big, which means if you are a 5x7 card maker or a slimline card maker, these work so nicely. Or if you want to do a horizontal card, you wanted a landscape card instead of the vertical, the portrait, a lot of them are going to work that way. So like especially this, it doesn't necessarily have to be your portrait style. It can easily be your landscape. So that's one of the other things I really love about Spellbinders embossing folders. Just a little bit more versatile. 3 cards today, Tanya said. Yes, we're having a full day is what we're having today. Full day. I really wanted to showcase the clubs. So this time we are going to go with a little bit more of a lighter bunny. So I still didn't go for all white. I chose Alabaster cardstock for this one. And we will add a little shading. I'm going to just see what's left on here, and I'm going to use a very light hand because I do not want to overpower and completely change the color of this. So let's keep this one out so you can just for like the difference. Yes, Ginger said, Spellbinders really thinks about the details. They really, really do. Love full days. Yay, I'm so glad. I had a lot I wanted to share today, so I thought, well, we might as well go all in. And Robin loves the size of the embossing folders too. I'm so glad. They're really good. Now, I chose a lot of the flower colors are the same, but because I'm using a brighter, lighter background for this card, and I would consider this more the traditional springtime palette, I decided to go with Peridot as my green cardstock base instead of the Artichoke. And that is something else to kind of keep in mind when you are crafting and creating is what kind of color profile are you using? What is going to work best with the rest of your elements, etc. So we're going to basically do the same thing for this card that we did for the previous one. I'm going to grab my little black cardstock here. I love that you're showing the bunny in a cream color. Oh, I'm glad. Yes, I just thought he was so cute and versatile. Can be used in a lot of ways. Now you can have your bunny, if you use the glasses, so we're going to use the little spectacles or sunglasses, whatever. There's going to be spectacles for this guy, not sunglasses. But I will show those. I kept that piece out. So another versatile part is that the glasses don't have to be just one way. And I think that is awesome too. So let me show you. There's our little bunny. The circle dies for this. And again, all of these are from the same set. So this is the this and this are the glasses pieces or sunglasses pieces. And then you can change out your sentiment to either say Happy Easter or Happy Spring, which is really cute. I think that really makes it versatile. So I chose the Happy Spring and I die cut. I used the glasses piece and the insert piece to cut the frame. Then I used just the glasses piece out of a contrasting color of cardstock because when we put it, we're going to put it back behind and you can see that the word pops out. So it's going to look a little like this. Let me pop this one out. I feel Like I have friends in my living room. Oh, Mitzi, I love that. Oh, thank you, Jung. Kim says she's in an Oxide state of mind lately too. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I've decided to just go with it. So here's kind of how our bunny's going to look, which gives it a completely different look, right? Very playful and funny. This is it's still cute, but it's not quite as whimsical, I would say, as with the glasses. So we're kind of doing a whole range of things today. Elegant, kind of, fun, and then very whimsical and cutesy. Does the stencil bunny happen to fit on the bunny die set? Where's my stencils? I haven't tried it, but I feel like somebody did it. Now, the bunny ears, it's not going to be curved, but I think you could maybe make it work if you wanted to. You could definitely try it. Okay, so if you want the glasses like this, you can leave or you can die cut the little cutout piece. I don't know. Can you see that has little, I would use a mirrored cardstock, and you can do this, and so it looks like little sunglasses, which is a cute idea too. I'm going to keep it more like this because I want to maintain the eyes for my bunny, but again, just all those different options, which is amazing. Those glasses are adorable. Aren't they so funny? I just thought they were so stinking clever. So clever. So we're just going to put our little glasses together, and then we're going to decorate this bunny too. And otherwise, it's very simple. I mean, it's a lot of little die cut pieces, but it's not overwhelmingly a lot. I mean, and the pieces are not as tiny as maybe some sets are, which I kind of like. Okay, I don't know. On this the little divider piece, maybe if I turn it, there are little score lines, so it really tells you where to line up each side of the glasses, which I love. There we go. So here's our little happy spring glasses. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Acetate for the lenses. Excuse me, Linda says. I love that. Google eyes would be fun. Other thing to keep in mind, the little glasses could probably be used if you have other big die cut critters. I'd like to try it. I need to pull out some of my older sets and see if anything will work. Okay. Let me see what all we got here. So let's grab all of our little light pink things again, all the chiffon. And I'm just actually going to start with whatever's left on my brush, which is probably worn lipstick, but tattered rose, worn lipstick, whatever. Carol says her son is 44 and she's working on his Valentine box. Oh, I love that. What are you putting in his Valentine box? I did Valentine boxes last year. My kids requested no chocolate this year, so I made these, bought those like divided cute boxes last year. I did not do that this year. I made my daughter something. Well, actually, the thing that I'm sharing on tomorrow on my channel, I made her a set. So that's what she got. The glasses could be used to create a paper chain for decoration, inks for fun set. I love that. That's a great idea. You guys have the most creative ideas. Oh my gosh, Ginger. The glasses bunny needs to have front teeth to go with the whimsical look. Oh my gosh, how cute would that have been? Shall we see if I can make something? Tabitha says her mom gave her a Valentine's box too. And Tabitha outed how old she is right on here. She said that she's 52. I love it. The big cat and dog might be a fit. You're right. Linda, we'll have to try it because I think it would be really cute. Yeah, Ginger, I'm going to try it. That was a great suggestion. Because I think we could just cut some little rectangles. I'm trying to think what I have, like what die I have that could cut something that would work. I'll keep thinking on that while we're working. Because my go-to would always be a die. If you think of something, you guys, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just freehand cut something. We're going to have fun with all my foam squares again. Age is just but a number. I agree, Tabitha. Front teeth, adorable, Robin said. I know, Ginger, that's the best idea. I love it so much. Okay, I'm not going to put foam down there yet. Let's... What do we have, guys? Are there any dies that I perhaps might have in my stash? Do you guys have any thoughts on that? Just a couple of little chiclet teeth, yes. The marshmallow, they might be too big. Okay, I'm going to freehand cut something, I think, first. But I'm going to keep thinking on this. Because surely, even if it's like just the throwaway portion, right? Because we just need like little rounded teeth. The marshmallow shape is a rectangle punch. I don't have one anymore, Donna. I know. Can we believe it? Cut out one small rectangle and score it in the middle to look like two teeth together, maybe. Blonde cards and crafts. Yes. Okay, so maybe the marshmallow would work then. Which set has the smallest marshmallow, do you guys think? Anybody have thoughts on that? Do you have any infinity square dies? The tiny could work. It could. Anything fence shaped. Oh, a fence would be good too. Which fence do I have? The problem is trying to dig it out here. I'm trying to think of something I know right where it is. So we're not waiting while I dig around. The cheek oval slim down, yes. I really like the idea of like one piece scored down the middle. That was a really good suggestion. And I feel like a little marshmallow would work. I'm trying to think what set has the smallest one. Do you have a set with a small sugar cube? Marshmallows, I do. You could cut down the middle of the ears. I could. Okay, we may try that. That's a good suggestion. Christmas dies, yes. Just trying to think which set has the smallest one. Didn't I just use marshmallows this week? Isn't there a pretty pink posh die set around here somewhere that I just used? Hold, please. We're going to use this Pretty Pink Posh one because I knew right where it was. It was right in the front of my bin. All right, we're going to try it and we'll see what we think. And let's see. I want to score it. Should I use my little scoreboard? The bunny mugs, yes. That's exactly what I pulled out. I knew I'd use something this week, and I was like, surely that'll work. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Ah! How fun is that? This is the best suggestion ever, you guys. Okay, so I literally used a little marshmallow and just scored it down the center. You guys, this was a group effort. I would not have thought of that. That is the cutest. I'm dying over here. That is a yes. We're going to leave that right in there. We're going to glue those right down. What do we think? I love it. He has little Bucky oversized teeth. With the glasses, it is going to be amazing. Oh my gosh. Group effort. Thank you guys so much. That is the best suggestion. And I did use for everybody, in fact, let's put it back before I lose this die, which is just what will happen. There's probably a lot of sets, but the Pretty Pink Posh Marshmallow is really small. I think it's smaller than the one in my set. So that, and I just felt like it was going to be a little bit better for the teeth, but you could probably make any of them work. Add glossy accents. Oh, 100%. We're going to get to the end and have a little glossy accents fun. Great suggestion. All right, let's do his little head this way, because this one needs a head tilt too. 100%. I like the laughing faces. You guys, totally changed him. Monica said, yes, it totally changed it. And how funny is that? With one little, change, you can make something completely different. I love, love, love it. Yes, that was the best suggestion. So he needs to go to the orthodontist. Look, he has to go to the optometrist and the orthodontist. Poor guy. We'll see that everywhere now. Hey, you guys get all the credit for that. That was the best suggestion. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. He was going to be cute, but it's way better now. If I didn't use so many foam squares, it wouldn't take so long to peel them all off, would it? Well, is what it is. We haven't even got to our sentiments yet. We're doing marathon streaming today, apparently. That's okay. It takes a little longer to do 3 cards than it does 1. Okay. I am in love with him. Look at this. Just this as the little Easter bunny. How adorable would that be? If you have a big basket die, I think if you did a 5x7 card and had him tucked into the basket, that would be adorable too. The ears would probably, yeah, big ears would probably work great. Okay. So look at this little guy. So stinking cute. Let's do the eyes first, and then we'll glue those glasses down. Margot says, just got home from work. You are just in time. We're still going strong today. We have a multi-card live today. Look at that face. Oh my gosh, it's so stinking cute. Those teeth, I can't get over it. All right. Now, the only difference between this card, and the first one, well, the second one, I guess, in today's live that we did, besides color, is, or the only thing we have left, I should say, is we're going to add some little florals here as well. So pretty similar as far as color goes. But I did choose to not use yellows, and instead am going to use all shades of pinks. Different pink tones and shades. I think a lot of them are the same. But then the big difference is our greenery. See how it's a lot brighter, but it really works better with the background. And just more of that springy type of colorway. So that's kind of what I was going for there. Let's see. They are so sweet. Oh, since he has big ears. Yes. Oh, yes, yes. I love that. I get you now. Okay, so I'm going to kind of just stick this. So I only have one foam square, and I'm kind of butting it up here. So it's kind of touching the back. I might do another. We might double that one up just to make it a little bit bigger or taller. There we go. I love the eyelashes. I went to make a cup of coffee and came back and he had teeth. Donna, you missed it. It was a group effort. We had to work hard on that, and I had to think hard where my supplies were. But we used a marshmallow to give him some little teeth, which is so funny. Or her. Him, her, whatever. So we agreed that this poor little bunny not only has to go to the optometrist, but the orthodontist as well, it looks like. A cup of coffee sounds good. Actually, I'm making a cup of tea after this is what I'm making. And of course, we have to have the little scarf. I tried a couple of different colors. We're going to actually do the Dahlia color. I die cut it out of Tutu as well. It was a game time decision what color we were going with. Although the pink ink does not show up on this, we would have to use red. Maybe I should use this one. No, I like it in the dark color. Let me grab a darker ink. Let's use a little Festive Berries instead. I'm just making the biggest mess. I was keeping things pretty controlled, and then the wheels have come off this bus. I've got stuff everywhere. Yes, I didn't do it on there, but I think that's okay. Whoops, Shirley says, back from our walk, it started pouring rain. Oh no. Yeah, we're supposed to start getting rain, I think, tomorrow. Okay, we're going to actually put the scarf over here on this side since we tilted the head the other way. We always have to have a head tilt here. Always. And where's the little center? There it is. I like all the laughing faces. So cute. Okay, literally, that just changed everything about this cute little bunny. All right, I did a few less flowers for this one because I think what we're going to do, instead of doing the full crown of flowers, I'm going to concentrate them more around one ear. And you could always dive into your stash. It appears I didn't have to buy myself some Valentine's gift. Her husband just had some beautiful flowers delivered. Oh, Tabitha, you have nothing for him. Tabitha, it's okay. You have your undying love and affection. That's a good gift, right? Look, I'm helping. Tabitha, make him a card real fast and tell him you made it for him. I'm trying to be helpful. I don't know if I am. The floral dies that come with the bunny set have so many uses beyond the bunny. 100%. Thank you. That is a very, very good point. So these can be used for anything. Absolutely anything. Which you can say that about most of the Spellbinders floral sets. They are just really, really versatile. All right. We're almost done. I still don't have sentiments for any of my cards, though. That's a problem. Well, this one has one. We'll get there in a minute. But the question is, where am I going to work? Because I have piled so much stuff around me here. Let's move some ink real fast. Okay. Shannon, what? Lots of pack. Yeah, it's cute. I'm getting nothing done watching all the wonderful lives today. Oh, well, hopefully you can pop them on and maybe still do some stuff while the lives are going. What else has been on today? I admit I have not been on YouTube at all today, so I don't even know what's going on. What do I need to go back and watch later is what I'm asking for, while I clean up my office after the live today. Oh, my tweezers need clean. Stuff is sticking to them because they're dirty. That's no good. Foiling and cutting out sentiments. Perfect. I wanted a new printer for ages, and hubby surprised me this morning and ordered the Epson Echo Tank 4800. It arrives Monday. Oh, what a great gift. Fantastic. Ooh, what am I going to buy myself for Valentine's Day? Now that you say that, I'm like, oh, I should... Because I'm a big fan of buying myself presents. Oh, I need to get that foam off of where that is too. Shoot. Okay. I think this needs a little more greenery, and I bet I didn't cut any. But I can do that in a minute. So the first thing I need to do is remove this foam because I forgot that it hangs off the edge. So that's the first thing. Take care of that. And then we definitely need more greenery. So I'm just going to cut a couple more little things since it's out. Megan, Andrew, yes. Okay, thank you. What did Megan make today? I always like knowing. I subscribe. Let's see. There's extra greenery die cut in the brown, but it is, but it's the wrong color. So I had to cut more. It's the I think artichoke, avocado. Oh, now I don't know. I've confused myself. It's one of those colors, and I really wanted the Peridot instead for this one. Of course, it would have been a lot easier had I been able to use that one. But I'm a big fan of lots of greenery. We're just going to kind of tuck that in. Oh, I like that. Much better. And just like before, these longer little pieces kind of tucked in here just kind of help fill in that space a little bit better, I feel like. The bunnies are so adorable. She used the layered hills and made a Dutch fold card. Oh, cute. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. How are you feeling, my friend? How's your recovery going from your surgery? All right. We need some sentiments. So what we have to work with here is, and I have to find my sentiments too. I don't know where I put them. Shoosh. Now where are the dies? That's the next question. Right here. Great. Okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought. So we've got our 3 cards, and now we need to figure out our sentiments. So I really, really love Handmade Happiness Enclosed. I feel like we need to use that on something. Like maybe even right here. Celebrate in Full Bloom is really cute. Sending Springtime Smiles is cute. Your Friendship Makes Spring Brighter is cute. Blooming with Happiness This Spring. Okay. I think, hold please. Let's see. A smaller sentiment, I think, on this card, the more elegant card, and stamping it right on the card instead of an extra piece. Yeah, all of the sentiments are phenomenal this month, Monica. You are correct. So good. It's hard to pick. Sometimes I definitely know which ones I want to use, but these are so good. So I think what we're going to do here is actually use Faded Jeans to stamp this right on the background. So let's do that first. I'm not going to use the die. And that's because, again, I think simple is better for this one. This is a card, so I definitely want it to have a greeting. And I want it to match, so we're just going to use the same ink. The smile one with the bunny with the teeth. Oh, yes. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Good point. Now, inside the card, I think it would be fun to put ears to a wonderful Easter, or fresh picked wishes for you, that would be awesome inside of this card. That keeps the front a little bit more simple and even really nice for display. Oh, Beth, thank you so much for this super chat. So that's a great option as well. And one of those things that you could decide when you're ready to send the card, you could say, okay, now I'm sending this to my mom. So I know that she'll like this sentiment, or I'm going to send it to my friend or whatever. Okay, the smiles one. Sending springtime smiles. Yes. Thank you guys. I like that idea a lot. All right, so now I am going to take, nope. We're going to start with this one. And I'm going to do this on the Indigo cardstock. Looking for all of my things. Love the font of the sentiments. I do too. And it's nice. It's a really good size. So let's just prep our cardstock first. That looks good. Peel that up. Shut this so I don't get embossing powder. These guys are just too cute. Sarah says, oh, thank you. The Indigo cardstock is a lush color. Ooh, I like that description. Yes. And I think that white embossing is always such a beautiful finishing touch. And easy. It always looks good and it's easy. All right, so there's one. We'll die cut that in just a minute. Then we're going to do the same thing for this one. I'm trying to decide if I think the white is going to show up on there, on the aqua color. I don't think so. I think we're not going to do white embossing for this one. For this one, I think we'll do black since there's black in the glasses. Or do I want to do tone on tone? Decisions. I'm thinking we're going to try this, and if I don't like it, I have more cardstock. We'll stamp another one. White embossing on that dark blue is elegant, yes. I think it matches the feel of that card. Michelle, hello! Are you sneaking in from work? I'm still going. It's a long live today. I'm trying to decide if I like this. I'm actually thinking we might do white embossing, but what if we did it on our green? I can't decide. Let's die cut it and see if I still like it. How about that? I probably don't need to spend this much time thinking on things, but here we are. Which die is this? This one. Came to watch the replay, but I'm still live. Karen, I'm still here. Still here. We made 3 cards today. White on green, savage. I think so too. In fact, we're just not even going to do that. Let's just get this one. I think the white on green is going to look good. As I'm looking at it, I'm thinking it's going to give me that little pop of color that I'm wanting. So let's clean this up. Oh, white on black to match the glasses. Ooh, I do like that idea too. Okay, let's do the white on green. If I don't like it, we're just going to stop. I'll fix it later. How about that? Oh no, Koi says her daughter said stop. Koi, is your daughter watching too? How'd she know? Or did you just tell her that you told on her? Sometimes I don't know what color I want for my stamped sentiments until I do it. You guys are getting to see, or white on pink. I did think of that too, Inks for Fun. We're going to try the green first and see what I think. I think I'm actually going to like it. I end up with a lot of stamped sentiments. Please tell me I'm not alone. Like that go unused, because I'm like, let's try this. Nope, that's not it. Let's try this. This is also not it. I think I'm going to like this one. We'll see what it looks like die cut. We'll go from there. And then we'll take a peek at all of the finished projects. Let's see. Oh, I love, love, love that. That's a yes. And actually the green is a yes too. And what I think it needs is like a little flower by it, but I kind of like it because it doesn't compete with the glasses. I'm afraid if I do black down here that it competes with the glasses a little bit, which is why I was hesitant to do more black, but I do like the green. I feel like it kind of fades in and allows the bunny still to really be the showstopper, which is what I want. Now, those foam squares have, nope, there they are. Love, love, love them. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you love it. I think these just are the nice little perfect finishing touch. Okay, we'll take a peek at all of them too here. Let's add this one. What I really want to know is who wants to come help me clean up now? I have made a giant mess. Ginger, yes, I do. I have like a whole little bin of extra sentiments that have not worked out for one reason or another. And every once in a while, I do end up pulling one of those out and I'm able to use it for something, which is so funny. I mean, it's great, but this one is going to be centered. Just like that. Okay. So here are all of our cards today. All featuring Spellbinders February 2026 clubs. We have our stencil of the month featuring large die of the month florals and the stamp of the month. And then these are the large die of the month also with the stamp of the month and 3D embossing folder and regular embossing folder. And of course, the home decor item that inspired the card that I made here, which is just this little Tim Holtz frame that we talked about a little bit earlier, or you could buy a frame. So it's 4x6 size, but perfect for decorating for Easter. Ginger says it will take me 4.5 hours to get there. Well, I'll clean off it gives me time to clean off my guest bed, Ginger. I'm going to copy Karen. Absolutely. I knew you were going to love that one because you get the stencil, don't you? Oh, thank you so much, Scarlet Designs. I think we just mess it up again. We for sure would. Ginger, I bet we wouldn't clean. We would just start crafting. 100%. I've been looking on the Spellbinders website and can't find the latest Crate Club release. Why am I not seeing it? Mitzi, I am not 100%, but I will go look once I am done with the live, and I will update either the comment section or comments and description and let you know. And Karen gets the stencil and small die. Awesome. Okay, now did I miss anybody's questions? Oh, good. Michelle's crate box just arrived yesterday. Fantastic. Catherine, any ETA on your office furniture? Yeah, this week I got an email saying it's delayed. So it'll be March before it's here. Oh, thank you guys. I'm so glad you came today. Okay, so today I showcased quite a few different ideas featuring the February clubs, but the last Friday of the month, I will be showcasing some of the other clubs like the small die and the stitching, as well as the Better Press Glimmer. So come back if you want some more inspiration with February clubs. And next Friday, I will be showcasing Lawn Fawn Spring Release. I'm super excited about that. And I think... Did you say you were live tomorrow? Tanya, I am not live tomorrow. No, not live tomorrow, but I do have a new video tomorrow. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Thanks for sticking with me for a little over 2 hours. Super fun. Lots of fun spring Easter crafting. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will see all of you guys next week. Bye, everybody.